Hey everybody, hopefully this video finds you doing well. I still have a ways to go. As you can see, I'm wearing oxygen and I have to wear it like 24/7 for a while. Vanetta and I got sick with COVID around the 1st of February. We were home like 2 weeks trying to recuperate, but we weren't getting any better. So we had to go to the hospital. Thank God we did go to the hospital. The first few days of me being in the hospital were pretty dark for me. I was scared and terrified. I want to thank God so much for Vanetta, my wife. You know, the Bible says, he that findeth a wife, findeth a good thing. And I definitely found a good thing back 35 years ago now. I remember telling my father I had moved back home after graduating from Southwestern, and Vanetta was still there. I came to him one day, and I told him, I said, Dad, I need to go because I need to find out, I need to cut down some of these miles and find out how this relationship could work out. So I'm so glad I did that back then and drove, or rather flew those 1,033 miles. Anyway, like I said, I was terrified in the hospital first few days. And being the good wife that Vanetta is, she talked to me and it reminded me who I am. I'm her husband. I'm a Christian. I'm a child of God. And I've been brought up in the church. So she reminded me that, as the Bible says, that God says, we'll never leave you nor forsake you. So at that point, like I said, she reminded me who I was. So I reached out to God and put my hand in his hand. And he's brought me on through thus far. So, like I said, I want to thank God. He's been so good. And I want to thank my wife. She's been so good. Thank God for blessing me, for marrying her. She's always been a source of strength for me. I got so many people I need to thank. Starting with SWCC class of 83. That's my class. Want to thank them for the love offering they gave us. They did so much. I was spellbound, speechless by the things they did for us. I also want to thank other friends of Southwestern that reached out to us. I want to thank friends of mine from American Airlines who also reached out to me. I also want to thank my home congregation, West Victory Church of Christ, where Freddie Brigham is the minister. Thank them for praying for me and keeping me in their prayers on a daily. And of course, I want to thank the Williams family. The Williams family being Vanetta's mom, Annie Pearl Williams, Veronica Valencia, and her brother and my brother-in-law G. Thank them for everything they've done for me. And thank the Smith family. That's the Williams family in a whole. Now, there's some people from the Smith family that have gone over and beyond helping us, and we really appreciate it. Like Aunt Ruby, who cooks for us at least twice a week. The Crosbys, Tanya and Matthew Burton, and Wilma Lovings, who have gave us special gifts that we really appreciate. So we really appreciate the Smith family for all that they do. Also, I want to thank my cousins on my mother's side who kept us in prayer and offered help monetarily, like my cousin Sly, Lena Clay, Tri Alice, Cherry, BD, Laura and James Don, just to name a few of my cousins who have been praying for us and also reaching out and keeping in touch with us. I also want to thank my good friend, Anthony Williams. We've been friends since Southwestern. Southwestern, he was my card buddy. We used to kill him back in the day, playing spades all night. Anyway, I appreciate Anthony praying for me, him and his wife, Margaret, reaching out and praying for me. I appreciate his friendship. He's like a brother to me. He's pretty good in business also, so he's giving me some really good business advice. And like I said, I appreciate all the prayers and the texts he sends to me. What I really appreciate about his text is he don't text me every day. If he texts me Monday, he won't text again to Wednesday. And I appreciate that, because at one while, I was getting overwhelmed with texts and calls. And so, being sick, it's kind of hard to follow up behind those. But he's a really good guy. Like I said, we've been friends since Southwestern. And I appreciate and love him for being the friend that he is. I want to thank my buddy, Daryl Oliver from UPS. We've been friends like 30 years now. Also want to thank my good friend, Junior Knox. We've been friends ever since I moved back to Texas, which is about 36 years. Also want to thank my family in Phoenix, my mom and dad, and my sisters, Janice and Michelle. They did so much for us. They gave us stuff that we didn't even know we needed. Medical supplies, medical gadgets to keep up with my heart rate, thermometers, etc. They really went out for us. Also want to thank the Church of Christ at Tonto Street in Phoenix, Arizona, for keeping our family in our prayers. Also from Tonto, want to thank my childhood buddy, John Jones. Been knowing him since the 3rd grade, so I've been knowing him about 48 years. And Brother Flowers for constantly checking up on me. Also want to thank Brian Moss, the minister at Lake Como Church of Christ, for always reaching out and saying he's praying for me whenever I've been sick. I really appreciate that. Also want to thank the singing group, The Company. That's the group that Vanetta's in, and they did a lot for us too. Norman to cook barbecue for us, but what mainly they did for me, I listened to their songs off of YouTube and other Southwestern songs that really lifted my spirits. And last of all, and I want to thank my sons, Miles and Morgan, who have really stepped up and taken care of Vanetta and I, getting us to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, doing errands around the house, and just for them taking off work to make sure that we can recuperate. They'll be thanking them for being like our right hand. I want to thank again everyone on this list. If I've forgot a name, please forgive me. Charge it to my head and not to my heart. It was an honest mistake. Again, I hope you guys will continue to pray for me, and God bless you all, and God bless Southwestern Christian College.